Okay, in this video, I'm going to just show you some of the ways we can change the scale of the graph to actually show all the features on it. Okay, so here's an example of a graph that really doesn't look very interesting at first glance, x minus 1 over x minus 100. Okay, looking at this graph, it's just a blue line here. However, if you know a bit of your theory, you would expect there to be a vertical asymptote at x equals to 100. Okay, and currently, as you can see, the window, all right, the range is up to 10. Okay, x equals to 10. So the first thing we want to do is to change this window, okay, the scale, such that we can actually display, all right, all the features. And clearly we need to go up to x equals to 100 lah, okay, or maybe more. So, okay, well, how do you do that? Well, what you do is you go to menu, okay, window zoom. Okay, now the first one that you can actually see is zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so let me just use zoom out first. All right, zoom out, you'll need to bring your cursor to a point where you want to zoom out from. So say here, I want to zoom out from here. So let's click, okay, and then we can click as many times as we want. Okay, and oh wow, the thing does come out. So zoom out here actually does work. Okay, so this is one way you could do it. Of course, the problem with this way is that it's a little hard to control. Okay, where you are going. So for a slightly more efficient way, what you can do is you can go to menu, window zoom, window settings. Okay, and where you can actually tell the calculator how you want, all right, the window to be. So let's say I don't want it to be all the way to negative 156. I kind of know that I'm pretty safe where I am. I can start off at negative 1, okay, until maybe 200, right? So 200, okay. The y values, maybe I just want it to be negative 100, okay, 200, right? So press OK, and then you will see this, okay, the graph based on what you want, right? Negative 1 to 200, 100, 200. Okay, now, but sometimes, when you look at the graph, okay, so let me just go back to the standard one. Okay, oh, by the way, to go back to that standard page, you can go to window zoom, zoom standard, okay, and you'll come back to this, all right, minus 10 to 10, okay, 1. Sometimes you kind of just want to, like, try to fit, okay, everything into one page, okay, as far as you can. You are not very sure how the function looks like, okay, maybe let's just put a times e to the power of x, okay, for example. Well, then, I don't know whether this is all that's in the graph. Okay, so what I could possibly do, all right, without zooming out or, changing the window, is to use this, okay? Menu, window zoom, zoom fit, okay? So zoom fit, what it does is it actually fits the graph, all right, as far as it can within the window that you have, okay? Now, I must say that this is not always accurate, okay? So sometimes it doesn't really give you everything, all right, like this, okay? So you might actually need to do some zooming out, okay? But it more or less works pretty well, okay? So let me just zoom out, okay? Here, for example, just to see whether I can have any more of the function. Okay, turns out I don't have, okay? Oh, wait, I do, okay? There is a little part here that I didn't take note of, so I can zoom in again, right? So that I can, oh, that's too much. Okay, zoom out again. Right, so I can see that there's actually a portion here. Okay, now, suppose I want to, of course, zoom in again, but now maybe I want to only target this area, okay, of the graph. So what I could do is, of course, I could zoom in, but that will be uncontrollable. So I could use this function called, okay, zoom box. Okay, so zoom box, what it does is, see here, it asks you to figure out the first corner. So first you move your mouse cursor, okay, your cursor using the keypad to where you want to start your cursor, right? So you move it there, right, and then press, okay, the thing in the center, okay, so depress it, okay, and then it changes to second corner, as you can see. So second corner, then you move it, and then you see it creates a box, okay, for you to zoom into. Okay, after that, just click again, and then it will zoom into that part. All right, so zoom box is another way you could zoom in a slightly more targeted way, okay, to see the features of the graph, okay, at that point. Right, the graph that I like to use to illustrate this is sine of 1 over x, okay? This is a really interesting graph, Okay, if you look carefully, this graph, it looks pretty nice here, but it kind of looks very chaotic here. All right, so what I can do is you can use zoom box again. All right, and I'm just going to zoom in into this corner. All right, so right, and I can zoom in even further. I can zoom in, see even this small little part. Okay, I want to go even smaller. I'm just zoom into this part. Okay, and I can really study the behavior of the graph over here. This is a bit too in. I can't really see anything. Okay, so let me zoom out. Okay, to go back, I press Control Escape. Okay, so I can actually get back. Okay, so and remember, however much I zoom, I can always go back to the standard page by using zoom standard, or if I want, I can use zoom fit so I can see everything on the graph pretty nicely. Okay, so that's the end of my video tutorial.